popping in, I did in fact find a keyboard for this 128D. So, I will plug it in. In case you were not here before, this machine, the power light was off, and so I believed the machine to be off. It was not off. And since then, it's been a little wonky, which irks me because I'm here to do no harm. Anyway, let's turn it on with the keyboard. Oh. Okay. That time it came up okay. Other times, since I pulled out the diagnostic cartridge with the machine on, it has done strange things. But it does now seem to be doing what it should do, and that is spin the drive. The drive should try and read, and then it should come up. Let's try. I'll hold down the Commodore key. Oh, look, a 64 appears. And I imagine that if I put down the 4080 switch and press that then I will see a green screen with nothing, because that means the video is looking for an 80 column cable and an 80 column monitor, which of course this is, but I don't have the cable right handy. So I will reset again. Alright, that seems pretty okay. Now I think right around here, somewhere, right around here, I should have my test demo discs. I should have them right here. Oh, bother. Aha! I do. Now, I don't have the 128 1571 test disc right here, and I suspect I have one somewhere, but not here. But I'm going to try and run it on the 128 in 128 mode. So I have a disk in the drive that is blank. It's going to be blank. It will stay blank. It will be, if there was stuff on it, it would be wiped out. So remember, running the performance test, don't put a disk in that has anything on it. So, now already I can hear that this is running at 128 speed. So beautiful. Someone was asking me, they're an Apple guy, they said, you know, the Apple drives are a lot faster. But you know, the story I hear, or heard years ago, was that basically Jack Tramiel said to Chuck Peddle on a Friday afternoon, I want a working disk drive for the Commodore 64 on my disk Monday morning. That is tremendous pressure. Okay, it is doing tests. Anyway, that is tremendous pressure, and that is, I think, why we ended up with the slow, painfully slow 1541, because obviously in the 128 mode, disk drives work much faster. And had they had more time, perhaps the 64 would have had a faster disk drive. Perhaps. But anyway, Chuck Peddle got it done, and he kept his job and he carried on, you know. And out came the Commodore 64 disk drive, of which I'm sure they sold millions and millions and millions. So this is during its test on the 1571 drive, even though it's a Commodore 64 program in, well, I mean, I believe this program, the performance test, you see it's just running here on the screen. I believe it was meant to run on the Vic, and the 64, and the 128, and very likely the Commodore 16, and the Plus 4, and so it had nothing really specific to the machine. It was just about disk commands. So it is running through things, and everything seems to be fine. Yes, and it is moving back and forth. And it is fine. It is fine. Let's see now. Oh, but it did format it. Ooh. It formatted it on both sides because it has twice as many blocks free. 1,328 instead of 664. So, just for fun, I'm going to hit the reset button. By the way, hitting the reset button, I think, is a better option than turning the machine on and off, because you don't end up with those inrush currents. Oops. Oops. So I'm going to load the performance test. And then I'm going to take a disk that is blank. But remember, if it had anything on it, it would soon be gone. I will type run. If you put a disk in, by the way, that is write protected, and what does that mean? Well, see, there's a little thing on there that there's a notch. This fills that notch. If that notch is empty, it'll write to the drive, or write to the disk. If it's full, it won't. So even if you put in a disk that you don't want to mess up, as long as it's write protected, it'll be all right. But you have to find another basic, what they call insert a scratch disk. So I can hear that this is formatting much slower, and that's okay. We'll let it run through and see what's what. I'm sure it'll be fine. This 128 seems to be quite dandy. Very dandy. But of course the power light, sorry, LED is not on. So it may mean that even though the warranty sticker seems to be intact, I don't really think it is. I think it's just in a place that even if it was opened, it would just kind of sit there. So perhaps I will open this up and see, you know, has this slipped off? Is it missing? Is it, like, I know there's an LED there, it's just, it doesn't turn on. Maybe it's just come unplugged. I don't know. But I am tempted to venture in and find out. And if I remember rightly, and I may not, I'm just looking for screws. I don't remember how many screws. I think it's 3 in the back, but there could be more. Oh no. Ooh. Nope, I think it's 3 in the back. And some more on the side. At least I think I see 2 over here. On this side. Well, I see at least 1. Maybe there's 1 missing. Well, that's funny too, because those are up. And these, oh yeah. Well, maybe it's just 2 on the side and the front, and the other screws that I'm seeing are not related. Maybe. Anyway, this is still doing its thing. It is. It is. I think of all the drives, oh, there's a scratching. Of all the drives, like the 1581 is cool. But really, I think the 1571 is the coolest. And of course, this is a 1571 inside of this. It is. It is. There's something I want to try. I'm going to hit the reset. I'm going to take this disc out. Oh, maybe I'll put it back in. Because you see, this disc was... Okay, it's now formatted one side. Oh dear. Oh. Dear God. Oh. When you mix Basic 2 and Basic 4, you get an error. I like the deload command, which of course I was used to on the PET. And of course out came the 64 where they put in a inferior Basic. I'm going to let this format and go. I suppose I could have formatted it and just formatted it. What I want to do, because I can, although I will look for the 1571 disc, which probably somewhere I have. I want to just let this kind of work its way through and run the what's it called, check disc program, and see if it will in fact check both sides. I hear a noise. Just a second. Andrew! What are you banging? I know what banging sounds like. So, 128D. So it's been quite a day. 64s, an Amiga. This monitor is now beautiful. And yes, you know what? I have monitors. I have a lot of monitors. If you're interested in a monitor, I mean, we can go through eBay or other such things, but if you're interested in a monitor, once again, I'm not giving them away. I've saved them a long time. I paid storage on them. I've cared for them. I've nurtured them. And I did have a big project in mind with monitors that never came to pass. But that is another story. So, yeah. And good news, I think I already mentioned this, but from what I can tell, the monitor that I shipped to the Northwest Territory has made it safely, and is hopefully now hooked up to a Commodore 64. And maybe they're playing Mule, maybe they're playing summer games, maybe it was just for a display. I don't know. Anyway, this is done. Oops. And it is now indeed formatted. Double-sided. So instead of loading the directory, we'll do a catalog command. And then we'll do a deload on the check disk, and we'll type run. Now this generally on the 64 is a very painful thing. It does seem to be, oh wait a second here. No. Right, protect on. Right, I did not switch the disk. And I don't know what it does in this, but it does something. So, we'll run it again. And I would like to think that this being a 1571, that it's really going to haul and get this done. But I don't know. And I don't know if it's going to check both sides. I really don't know. But and we're not going to watch this. Oh no. It takes a long time. But I think it is moving faster than in 64 mode. I think soon. yeah, there's a time when it does seem to be doing a lot more head moving around. And that's not a bad thing. Exercising the disk drive is not terrible. So I'm going to leave this. And I'm going to see what else we might do today. Let's see what... Yeah, we got some time. Anyway, I'm going to leave this. I'm going to see what else I might tinker with. So, once again, of course, thanks for coming. And bye for now.